wheels buzzing over narrow streets, orange reflections sliding across puddles, cold pastries behind bakery glass, smoke curling from basement bars. Autumn settles over the district quietly, cobblestone shining after evening drizzle, vintage bicycles chained beside cafes, tiny bookstores glowing amber and green, faded posters peeling from brick walls. An artist sketches strangers near windows, a violin case rests beside boots. Two students share headphones silently. Nobody walks very fast tonight. Stay beneath these street lights, forget the crowded daytime noise. The city feels gentler when the trams grow empty. Silver tram cars slide around corners slowly, passengers stare through fogged up glass, newspapers fold beside tired coats, coins clink near ticket machines. One conductor hums an old melody, one traveler misses the final stop. Someone watches rain on rooftops without touching their phone once. Velvet shadows cover side alleys, low jazz drifts from hidden lounges. Everything sounds soft here, everything feels slightly distant. Street musicians pack guitars carefully, wine glasses sparkle beneath yellow lamps. Even footsteps echo differently. After midnight arrives downtown, steam rising from sewer grates, umbrellas hanging near doorways, loose receipts crossing intersections, coffee spoons tapping porcelain cups. A florist closes heavy shutters slowly. Late customers exit tiny cinemas. Scooters rest beside iron fences. Warm soup scents drift through corridors. One photographer captures empty avenues, one way to stack silver chairs patiently. Someone writes poetry on napkins near the tram station entrance. Above the boulevard, clouds hide nearly every star. Walk through amber midnight weather, move beside the sleeping rails. Some neighborhoods preserve feelings long after conversations end. Old cologne and wet wool jackets, faint reflections across cafe glass. Everything becomes cinematic inside quiet European rain. Maybe old cities protect memories better. Maybe narrow streets slow people down. Maybe soft music from basements changes lonely evenings completely. Every tram stop carries stories, every window frames another life. Some strangers disappear forever, some remain in your mind for years. Still the rails keep humming, still the district stays awake. Street cleaners rinse empty plazas, morning papers hit cafe tables. Fog begins lifting from rooftops slowly. Blue light reaches church towers. Bakers unlock narrow storefronts. First commuters cross quiet bridges. Night dissolves little by little between the tram lines. Carry these rainy avenues carefully. Carry the jazz and yellow lights. Carry every the silent sunrise. The final tram disappears downhill. Rainwater settles between cobblestones. Only distant wires still vibrate above the sleeping streets. Above the sleeping streets. Wooden planks soaked by evening rain. Pink clouds fading behind tall hotels. Small boats rocking near the marina. Reggae drifting from distant speakers. Humidity wraps around everything tonight. Surf shops glowing turquoise and gold. Flip-flops scattered beside arcade doors. Tourists carrying melting ice cream cones. Palm leaves rattling above taxis. One bartender wipes empty counters slowly. One skateboard rolls through puddles nearby. A waitress ties back wet hair. Nobody seems ready for sleep. Stay near the shoreline. Forget the morning flights. The ocean sounds softer after midnight rain. Saltwater splashes against concrete barriers. Tiny scooters zip between traffic lanes. Neon cocktail signs blink unevenly. Late music spills from rooftop bars. Someone dances barefoot on benches. Someone photographs lightning offshore. Someone stares beyond the black waves, like searching for another world. Coconut radios hum through windows. Bass shakes beachside motel walls. Everything feels slower here. Everything feels strangely bright. Wet sand reflects passing headlights. Thunder rolls behind distant islands. Even quiet moments vibrate softly near the ocean at night. Plastic cups and storm drains. Casino lights over wet streets. Jet skis resting beside fences. Rain dripping from umbrellas. A cook flips fish behind steam clouds. Old tourists laugh near souvenir racks. Street performers pack away speakers slowly and disappear into side alleys. One lifeguard tower stays illuminated. One ferry horn cuts through a fog. Somebody writes postcards at a diner without looking at the clock. Above the harbor, clouds flicker from distant lightning. Walk beneath tropical neon skies. Move through salty midnight air. Some coastlines hold memories long after summers disappear. Cheap rum and glowing bracelets. Rainwater under hotel lights. Everything turns cinematic beside flooded boardwalk nights. Maybe oceans make people nostalgic. Maybe storms sharpen every feeling. Maybe travelers become more honest when surrounded by dark water. Every shoreline hides old stories. Every motel keeps strange secrets. Some visitors never come back. Some never truly leave. Still the tide keeps rising. Still the palm trees sway. Cleaning crews sweep closed casinos. Morning Red lanterns moving in cold wind. Bus brakes screaming beside wet curbs. Takeout boxes stacked near doorways. Steam rising through crowded alleys. Evening settles slowly downtown. Fruit stands glowing under neon signs. Scooters parked beside newspaper racks. Tiny restaurants packed with tired voices. Plastic menus taped on windows. Grandmothers bargaining over vegetables loudly. Teenagers race through narrow sidewalks. Someone carries flowers in silence. Someone drops coins near the station. Stay inside the city noise. Don't rush home tonight. The streets feel warmer when rain starts falling. Fog covers the upper bridges. Taxi lights blur through puddles. Old buses breathe at intersections. Passengers stare through scratched windows. One driver hums beside the wheel. One child sleeps against a backpack. A woman reads folded letters quietly. Nobody notices the passing hours. Polaroid colors across wet pavement. Bass shaking tiny apartment walls. Everything feels layered tonight. Everything carries distant echoes. Noodle shops stay open late. Subway tunnels rumble below sidewalks. Even small conversations linger longer after midnight appears. Umbrellas crossing yellow crosswalks. Teacups near fogged up glass. Train horns beyond downtown towers. Loose flyers drifting through gutters. A cook sharpens knives behind curtains. A cashier counts faded dollar bills. Scooter engines cut through silence. Suddenly then disappear around the block. Someone sketches faces on napkins. Someone dances beside a jukebox. Somebody waits outside a bakery without checking the time. Above the avenue, laundry swings between buildings slowly. Walk beneath blurred neon dragons. Move through crowded midnight rain. Some neighborhoods never sleep. Some memories never fade. Warm soup and cigarettes. Smoke orange light across old windows. Everything feels cinematic without trying at all. Maybe crowded streets hide loneliness better. Maybe cities teach people to wander. Maybe glowing signs comfort strangers more than silence ever could. Every block carries history quietly. Every staircase remembers footsteps. Some people arrive searching for futures. Some people stay chasing old dreams. Still the buses keep moving on. Still the sidewalks stay alive. Street cleaners wash empty markets. Bakery ovens begin glowing early. Rainwater slides through narrow gutters. Blue dawn touches distant rooftops. Workers unlock heavy shutters slowly. Fresh newspapers hit concrete corners. Night fades little by little across Chinatown streets. Carry these crowded evenings carefully. Carry the lantern, glow in the fog. Carry steam still rises from alleyways. And somewhere downtown, another bus begins its route. Waves touching rusted metal slowly. Seagulls circling above cargo cranes. Cold mist covering empty sidewalks. Blue lights blinking near the docks. The ocean smells heavy tonight. Fishing lines sway beside railings. Loose newspapers slide through puddles. A sailor smokes near stacked containers. Ferry engines vibrate through the fog. Tiny diners stay open late. Coffee burns inside glass pots. Workers loosen reflective jackets. Nobody speaks very loudly. Stay near the water. Let the silence drift. The night moves differently beside the harbor. Silver vending machines glow softly. Train tracks cross behind warehouses. Orange ropes hang from steel hooks. Rainwater drips from loading cranes. One bicycle rests near barrels. One radio plays old soul music. Someone whistles toward the ocean. Someone watches ships disappear slowly. Mist rolls across dark water. Bass echoes through empty ports. Everything feels colder here. Everything feels more honest too. Cargo lights reflect on puddles. Wind rattles chain link fences. Even distant sounds travel farther after midnight arrives. Footsteps on wooden boards. Coins inside soda machines. Fog horns through heavy air. Seawater against concrete walls. A cook wipes down steel counters. Grease pots behind kitchen doors. Truck headlights sweep across containers, then vanish behind giant ships. Somebody counts crumpled dollar bills. Somebody studies maps quietly. Someone keeps staring at the horizon, like waiting for another life. Clouds hide most of the skyline. Only scattered windows remain visible. Walk beneath silver harbor lights. Move through cold ocean winds. Some places hold loneliness in strangely beautiful ways. Salt air and diesel engines. Wet boots across old docks. Everything turns cinematic inside heavy midnight fog. Maybe oceans absorb memories forever. Maybe ports collect unfinished stories. Maybe people trust dark water when cities become too loud. Every ship leaves something behind. Every traveler carries something away. Some departures feel temporary. Some departures last forever. Still the waves keep moving. Still the harbor stays away. Street sweepers clean empty markets. Morning boats prepare quietly. Neon signs flicker near alleyways. Fog begins thinning above the bay. Workers start another shift slowly. Coffee cups stacked beside registers. The sky loses part of its dark project a light across concrete walls. Warm air floating above rooftops. Paper cups beside folding chairs. Old movies playing without subtitles. The whole block smells like summer. Extension cords across the floor. Yellow bulbs hanging from wires. Cheap pizza boxes near coolers. Flip phones lighting up pockets. Somebody quotes scenes too loudly. Somebody laughs before the punchline. Someone sits near the ledge quietly, watching airplanes cross the clouds. Don't leave yet, the night feels young. The city looks softer from up here. Laundry waves between windows slowly. Taxi horns bounce through side streets. The train passes behind warehouses. Music drifts from another rooftop. Neighbors water dying plants nearby. A kid practices trumpet badly. Two friends share headphones silently. Nobody complains about the noise. Lemon-colored streetlights below us. Warm reflections on glass towers. Everything feels strangely distant. Everything feels strangely close. Skateboards rattle near alleyways. Late buses carry tired faces. Tiny moments stretch longer after 1 in the morning. Wind across projector screens. Soda fizz near sneakers. Film grain over smiling faces. Distant sirens fading slowly. One chair breaks during laughter. Nobody stops talking afterward. A girl paints stars on paper plates. Someone records everything on camcorder tape. Orange chips of sunset disappear completely. Blue night covers apartment balconies. Helicopter lights move above downtown, like insects searching rooftops. The movie ends unnoticed. The conversations keep going. Stay inside this atmosphere. Forget tomorrow morning exists. Some nights become memories instantly. Some nights never really end. Warm concrete under tired shoes. Cold drinks beside tangled wires. Everything feels cinematic without trying too hard. Maybe rooftops change conversations. Maybe height changes perspective. Maybe people become more honest when cities glow underneath them. Every building holds stories. Every window hides another world. Some people dance through loud night. Some people just sit quietly watching. Still the skyline keeps blinking. Still another song begins nearby. Convenience stores lock their doors. Street sweepers cross empty intersections. Fog starts covering the bridge slowly. Birds replace distant sirens. Tasty cups roll in wind. Projector screens turn completely white. The energy lowers gently as morning approaches the rooftops. Carry these rooftop hours carefully. Carry the laughter and static. Carry every blurry conversation. conversation. Carry every yellow reflection. Leave the folding chair scattered. Leave the extension cords tangled. Leave the city glowing softly beneath the fading sky. The projector finally shuts down. Apartment lights begin turning on. Morning spreads across the rooftops, but the warmth still remains.